Welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review, episode 212. We're here reviewing episode 1099, which is Chihaya, Hagiwara, Goddess of the Wind, Part 2. And there will not be a new episode review for it this weekend, so here's the thing before I talk about the review itself. There were technically going to be about 3 anime reviews this weekend. Jujutsu Kaisen, Bleach, and The Rise of Hero, the first episode of the current season, the season we just premiered today. I'm going to review that tomorrow because I don't think I've time to watch it tonight. So, review all those 3, hopefully tomorrow and Sunday, because Sunday is an open day. Like, this very rarely happens. Like, there's no Eden Zero, no One Piece. Now you might be thinking, will Rise of Hero take the place of Eden Zero? Because basically Eden Zero gone. I have nothing new on Sunday except for One Piece. Because it's like, once I finish One Piece, that's it. So, I think I might do that. Not this weekend. No. Because basically, I might review that Sunday because I want to review something new. So, that's going to review on Sundays. Yes. Well, tomorrow, I'm just going to be doing Jujutsu Kaisen and Bleach, and that's it. Yeah, just going to 2 and then work on the third one tomorrow. Yep, so the following weekend, not this weekend, but the following weekend, well, on Sundays, it will be One Piece and The Rise of the Shield Hero. And that's it. Just 2. And Saturday, probably about 3, because Case Closed might be back, but I don't know. So, this episode adapts from the rest chapter 1074 and the entirety of 1095. We start up with Chihaya and Conan, where they're at a traffic stop. Yes, a checkpoint, because of the VIP thing in there. And of course, they were looking for the yellow sedan. And of course, then they can see them talking. They figure out though that thing basically was, let's say, disguised on a different color. Thanks to, get this, buying 20 bottles of hot tea. Well, basically, yeah, it changed it from yellow to blue very briefly, just to pass to a checkpoint. And they bought it all at a convenience store. Now, here's the thing. Bottles like that probably cost, based on how much they bought, it must have cost them about $50 for that damn stuff. Yeah, because they probably cleaned out a whole entire cooler, cleaned that out. That, or they're probably, in the case of a convenience store, if they got it here, they probably, like with that much, that's pretty much an entire shelf worth of stuff. That or something else. They must have spent a lot of money, probably about $50 worth of bottles, and poured it all over the car, which is like, that's a waste of money doing that. So, and of course, I was discussing basically like a fire truck nearby, Conan hears some sounds, so you kind of figure out some way to find them. Then, of course, basically, like, they kind of like, oh, we know exactly where they are, so let's find them later. Like, we'll hand them from here. And then Conan gets a message from Ran that, oh crap, the arrest of the guy who they thought they kidnapped, which was actually Gasa, got arrested. It was put on, basically, well, in the news. Despite being brought for questioning, the media thinks he was arrested. So the kidnappers find out, of course, Chihaya basically brings Conan along, and he comes to the genius idea. So she does basically a stoppie, basically a wheelie. Well, I basically put a back rope in here so you look for them. Conan finds them, and they chase them around a tunnel. Then she basically just has Conan puts handcuffs basically around her, well, holds her back handcuffs so he doesn't lose them. Then she proceeds to jump the motorcycle, or hits the guy with the gun, and he tells the driver, please stop, and she stops, and then of course they're arrested. It's just so really cool moment, and of course basically Jugo talks her down. He's like, oh, you gonna ask me again for dinner? Ask me out to dinner again that I turned you down the previous day? And I accept. And of course he's blushing because it is so obvious the fact that he's got feelings for her. He's like, I'm older than you by 4. She's like 34 years old and you're 38. So you're consenting adult, and plus she's hot. And of course she's selling, and it's also shown off. We have debut of a new character, Shinobu, who was a friend of Chia's, where basically, get this, Jinpei took apart her smartphone, and by the way, she also punched him for it. Now, why he decided to do this, if you're curious, did they come up with the manga? Like, the manga explain why the heck he did this? No, completely random. So her brother, Kiji, one of the characters in the Wild Police story arc, where takes her to the concert, reunites with her friend, so she was a little late, and of course, also, this is her sole appearance, because she's not appeared present for some reason, don't know why. Though I do at least appreciate this two-parter. Though I gotta admit, basically, I think that they should have, because the strange thing about Case Closed is that, with the exception of like one arc recently, it seems like every arc in the last few years tends to be, with the exception of one arc and 2 arcs, every arc tends to be 3 chapters and that's it. Yep, and apparently they also bring up the Sarah Bomber case. Yes, the Sarah Bomber case. Which, that happened back in 2003. Yes. The manga version of the story. By the way, that was 20 years ago. I'm not kidding about that. It was 20 years ago. That's how long ago, basically, that's how long the manga stuff was released. Now, if you're really curious about the anime adaptation, let's see, 69. Let's see. The manga version, if you're really curious, came out in 2001. So, and this one just Kiji here. And this arc that was adapted for these 2 episodes, well, this came out roughly 2 years ago. So, like in the case of the anime version of the manga version of the story, we actually have basically where 20 years after the anime version, 20 years after the manga version, which, okay, that's quite cool. I only got into the series 3 years ago, so yeah, I read this when it came out. So, and by the way, the very next case, which who knows when they're going to adapt this? Do I think maybe next month? It's possible. But that is going to be the most recent case that features the Kaido Kid. Yes, a brand new case of the Kaido Kid. First one for him in quite a while. Yep. Yeah, basically we have 3 3-parters, and that was just about 2 years ago. So, in the case of like the last known, the most recent arc that was longer than 3 chapters was the Chest Turnt murder case. This was 7 chapters, which makes it the longest arc in years. If you're really curious, though, that case, what was the last case that was more? Like, we also saw a murder case, which in the manga that was like 5 episodes, and the anime was 3. But if you're really curious, though, what was the last case that was more than 3 to 5 chapters before that one? I'm looking up right now. It's been a long time. I would probably say it could be the Black and Red storyline. Yeah, that could have been the last known one to be like that. Yes, I do think so. Yeah, I think that was the last known one I could think of that was more than just about 6 chapters ish. Yeah. But definitely, now apparently the next chapter for the manga, that doesn't come out to November. Yes, because the manga does this thing, release a few chapters, and then take a break for about 2 months. Yes, seriously. I think it's because of research. Presumably. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much it for particular review. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. There actually is another karaoke case. There actually is another one. Excuse me. So there are 2 more left. There's actually one that was released just last year. So given how the adaptation works from the stuff, it's probably not going to be until next year when it gets adapted. Presumably, yes. Yep, so that's going to be pretty much it for particular review. Next up is going to be a comic corner, and then the rest of my voice a bit, and then I'm going to do 3 more comic corners, okay? Next video. Bye.